Alright, so boom. Now we getting into me praising Megan and showing love to her. I will say that after listening to these 75 songs for this entire ranking, Megan 100% deserves all of the praise she's gotten over the past 4 or 5 years. Even though her music isn't perfect, like nobody's music is perfect, her positives and her highs are so strong that it makes sense why her career has soared past tons of other women who are out here trying to rap. Her personality and her rapping ability makes her a very likable person, and thus has led to her making some very enjoyable music. Even though she has more songs that I dislike than I like, as y'all saw in part 1, she only has one bad song to me, and even the songs I dislike are still just cool. But for this video, we talking about all the songs by her that I do enjoy and why I agree with anyone that says she's a great rapper. Once again, she only had one bad song which I didn't like whatsoever, so it was in the whack tier. No songs in guilty pleasure, so we're going straight to the decent tier. The decent tier only has 12 songs in it. These 12 songs are tracks that, although I like them, I still think they're just alright. They're not like fire to me, they're on the higher side of average. Oh man, the most infamous song in Megan Thee Stallion's catalog. Well, probably WAP would be in there with Cardi. Y'all know what I mean. But as you can see, I don't think this is a bad song. And not only do I not think it's bad, I actually enjoy it. And if the beat live, you know Lil Ju made it. Like, he gave her a dog ass beat to rap over. Every time the chorus starts, like, that thump of the beat hits perfectly. And speaking of the chorus, yeah, I'm not annoyed by the yada part that everyone else hates. At least not yet. As time goes on, I may hate it, but for now and for the past almost 3 years since the song has been out, I don't mind it. It's a cool little track about her appreciating how good her body looks.
Dance, make him blow them bands. Dance, make him blow them bands. Dance, 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 dance.
I'm actually surprised that this song doesn't get on my nerves. It's her version of Bands to Make Her Dance by Juicy J, who's the producer of this song too. But she says, dance, make him blow them bands. Now, her voice is kind of nasally on here. She's like, dance, make him blow them bands. Dance, 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 dance. Like, she sounds like a fly in your ear. But it's actually not annoying to me. I like the song.
Hoorah shit, with my hoorah friends, ayy. Everywhere we go, ayy, we be drinking hand.
The reference to Latarian Milton alone was a clever touch to this song. I will admit that her background vocals are kind of annoying. She's in the back the whole song going, yeah, yeah, whoa, yeah, woo. Like, it's a little distracting. But her little spurts of changing her speed of rapping is cool. And this is honestly one of the Megan Ratchet anthems where when you hear it, you just want to be in the mood to be drunk and do silly stuff.
Cognac queen, I'm lit. Woo. Hand out, hand out, hand out, hand out.
Megan most definitely has her favorite drinks that she continuously raps about. When you listen to a few songs from her, you'll hear Hennessy, Cognac, and Patron like very often. So this track is about how freaky and silly she gets when she's drunk. Like, that's really it. But her singing is surprisingly good.
I wanna dance, come get your man, come get your man.
Parts like that are really nice.
Different on that scissor, different on that scissor, different on that scissor.
This song sounds pretty similar to Cognac Queen from Tina Snow, to the point where I actually wouldn't be surprised if I found out this was the exact same beat. They sound pretty similar. I like Big Drink because she really brings the vibes with the Pimp C Trill influence on the track. It wasn't anything amazing, like As You See is only a decent song, but it is good enough to where you'll be like, hey, that song was kind of smooth.
Boy, we can make sweet love for hours. Open up for you like flowers.
Now, honestly, going in chronological order, Best You Ever Had is the first song in Megan's catalog that doesn't sound like this would be a song made by her. I've seen some reviews of Fever, people calling Best You Ever Had one of their weaker tracks on the tape, and I think it's one of those things where people just expect a certain sound from someone and a certain style, especially after they've been listening to you for a while. So as soon as you switch it up, they're gonna be like, what is you doing? But Best You Ever Had is a smooth track where the different sound works for me.
Lil bro ass niggas, y'all the same age calling niggas big brother just so y'all can take pictures.
Not Nice is kind of funny because you can just hear that Megan has a whole attitude on this song. She says throughout the track that she's through sugarcoating things and she's going to say exactly what's on her mind, regardless if it sounds mean or not. But when you actually hear the lyrics and delivery, it makes you go like, who hurt you? We all know the actual answer of who hurt her, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Not Nice is cool.
I don't know why they hate me so much. I keep racking up all of these wins and awards and feel like I ain't doing enough.
This chorus lowered the quality of this song. This is one of the songs where I agree with people that say when Megan tries to slow it down and sing, it can really drag a song down. Flip Flop was a song I was rocking with heavy while the verses was on, and hearing her talk about her mother being a huge support system in her life, and now that she's gone, it doesn't really matter how many sales, accolades, or awards Megan get. She doesn't feel like she's doing enough because the person that means the most to her isn't here to congratulate her. All of that was great, but every time it went back to that tick, top, but it don't stop, I was getting let down thinking like, nah, you should have got a feature for this.
You're a shooting star. Oh yeah.
Before listening to the Traumazine album, I saw on multiple lists and reviews that Star was one of the worst songs on the album, like bottom 3, or even the worst song on the whole tape. So I was expecting to hear something horrible. And Star is fine. I had no problems with the sound. It's a cool pop track. However, Star is definitely a song that has zero connection to the album it's on. It's a random pop record that you can easily tell the only reason it's on the album is because she wanted to make another one of her let me step out of my comfort zone and rap over a different sound kind of records. I can't lie though, expecting Megan Thee Stallion to stay on topic on the album is something that going into her next album, I'm not about to expect that from her anymore. There's been plenty of times where she had a bunch of random records on a project and it just makes you think, why is this on here? So I just got used to it. I'm not going to say what it is until I get there, but there's a pop sounding song from Good News that's also considered the worst track on that album that I actually think is fire. So I think Megan making pop records in general is simply what some people have an issue with.
Tell me where it's good at. Tell me where the fly niggas in the hood at. Hey.
This song is like a miniature version of Last Week in Houston, Texas from the Make It Hot EP. If you hear her song Last Week in Houston, Texas, and then you listen to Good At immediately after, you can tell that she was trying to recreate that vibe and that sound. Good At is nice though, it's just a weaker version of Last Week.
I'm looking for a thug who ain't scared of the pussy with a game to lean.
Speaking of weaker versions of previous tracks, this is a weaker version of Hit My Phone featuring Kehlani from the Suga mixtape. For those of you that haven't heard Hit My Phone, that song is a 90s G-funk sounding groovy song about wanting to be a freak for a man when you're off the liquor. This song, Freaky Girls with SZA, is the exact same thing without the liquor part. It's just them singing and rapping about wanting to have sex. And Hit My Phone with Kehlani came out 6 months before this, so it's like she made the same song twice in a year. She just switched the R&B singer that's featured on it. This song sounds really clean, thanks to the production by Juicy J, as always, and the singing from SZA is cool, but it overall is just a cool track.
He like it when I work that, twerk that, sir that, and ride it like a rodeo.
I purposely saved this as the final song in a decent tier because I want to say something. As someone who loves the song Rodeo by Juvenile, the moment I heard this song and recognized the Juvenile interpolation in a heartbeat, I went, okay, Megan, okay. This is my favorite song on Good News, and this is actually like a top 3 of my favorite Megan songs ever. Now, some of you may hear that and say, so how is this only in a decent tier? How can you say this is one of your favorite songs by her and then turn around and say it's just okay? It's a very easy explanation. I love this song only because of the sample. Like, y'all don't understand. Rodeo by Juvenile has been one of my favorite songs ever since I was in elementary school. So to hear Megan going, he like it when I work that, twerk that, sir that, and ride it like a rodeo, I was instantly like, this is nice. But I'm someone that can take my bias out of things, and just because I like a song don't mean I think it's amazing. Megan herself could have went crazier on this. The whole song is pretty much just, he love how much I ride that dick, and she didn't say any cool bars on here. Everything was just very basic sex song lyrics, so I was kind of let down. We are finally here. The fire tier. These are the best Megan Thee Stallion songs of all time, in my opinion. All the hotties out there, y'all let me know what are your favorite Megan songs and what songs you think are her best and what you would have put in your fire tier. No wasting time, let's get ratchet and get to the first song. Beyonce made this remix 1,000 times better than the original. Saying that this is a step up isn't doing it justice. This is leaps ahead of the original Savage. Bey's background singing vocals and her own verse added a whole different element to this. Megan was fine herself, don't worry. I don't think the original is ass, like it's just okay. But this remix isn't okay, like this shit is amazing.
I know we'll come and take you for a hold on my hand. And bitch, I better not catch you looking at my fucking man.
Last Week in Houston, Texas is a golden example of a song that deserved to be a single and deserved a music video. So I'm so glad it was both of them. This is the song I was referring to when talking about Good At in the decent tier. Good At came out afterwards, and you can tell she was trying to recreate this energy. This is honestly the best song on her Make It Hot EP. MCV killed this production, and I think he produced the whole EP. The beat to this song is also the best beat on the project. Like, she made sure she put on for Texas as much as she could with this vibey ass song right here. Even the biggest Megan haters gotta say this sound nice.
So hit my phone. Whoa.
And again, this is the song I was referring to when I was discussing Freaky Girls with SZA. Hit My Phone is a better version of that song. This is hands down one of the best songs Megan has in terms of the party setting vibe that it creates. You can't hear this song and say you can't imagine it being in a club and seeing people dancing. Like, it's impossible to not hear that. Both Megan and Kehlani was singing and rapping about how freaky they can get and how bad they be wanting to smash when they drunk. To the point where Megan said if she wasn't so famous, she would pull a dude's dick out and suck it in the middle of the club. This song is freaky as hell and it sounds so good.
Geeking for the week, geeking for the week, geeking for the week.
I gotta be real with y'all, like I always am. Off the intro in the first verse, I was like, okay, this song is whatever. And then I got about a minute in, I wasn't feeling anything. The moment that hook started and I heard that geeking for the week, geeking for the week, geeking for the week. Like, this song became way better than what it was at first. It has like 5 verses for some reason. But overall, this song is nice, bro. This hook is extremely catchy.
This is not about your dick. These are simply just instructions on how you should treat my clip.
This song is very vulgar, and it is straight to the point with this vulgarity too. Every single time she said, drop it off in his fucking face, it's a sound off. Like, I laughed. That's my favorite line. It's from the song that the track samples as well, and Juicy J did a production on this, and I thought it was pretty tight. This song being so upfront with its X-rated lyrics is actually not an issue this time. It's one of the reasons I enjoy it so much.
Weak ass bitch on that weak ass.
Pimpin' and Weak Ass Bitch are the only songs from Fever that I think are fire, so don't be expecting more. The 3-6 Mafia influence is incredible on this song. They have a song called Weak Ass Bitch, and that's what this track is referencing, and Megan did a great job showing them love on here. There's a loud ass ambulance siren noise in the back, and usually siren noises are obnoxious as hell on songs, but on here, for me, it helps create the atmosphere of the track. Shout out to Project Pata, who was one of the producers of this song.
I lost my mama and my granny in the same month. A bunch of bitches talking down cause I'm coming up.
Nigga, when I heard that Helluva produced this song, I went, yo, Helluva got a song with Megan. Shout out to Detroit. Megan had a totally different flow than usual for this song so that she can ride the beat just as well as she be riding. Let me not say that. But here she's telling all the girls, like, we ain't the same because I'm not a hating ass bitch like you. I don't beef with other girls like you, and most importantly, I know we not equal because y'all be hating on me. And whenever I'm making moves, y'all always got something to say. In terms of opening songs on Megan's projects, Ain't Equal from Suga and the next 2 songs I'm about to talk about are the best opening songs she's ever had. I gotta talk about the other fire opening songs.
Fly out the country, let a prince nigga bag me. Nympho, wanna do a nigga pockets nasty.
Hey kid, what it do, man? Provided Megan with a crazy good beat for this. It has a dark, like, super villain sound to it, and it's perfect for this track because the feeling that you get listening to NDA, you can just tell that Megan is done with people playing games with her, spreading lies about her, acting like she ain't that bitch, whatever the case may be.
A pussy nigga with a pussy gun in his feelings. Okay, he in the backseat and he keep calling me a bitch.
I better not see any of y'all comment talking about, nah, this song shouldn't be in the fire tier because Tory didn't even shoot her. He innocent. Megan lied about that whole situation. Actually, y'all can comment that. I don't even care about any of that. I'm just here for the songs. The point is, Shots Fired is the song that Megan first talked about the incident, sampling Biggie Smalls' Who Shot You. Go figure. Megan really went in on his ass on here. And considering that Tory was found guilty of the incident in December 2022, your experience listening to this would be a much different one now. I will say that I cringe every single time Megan makes the gun shooting noises on the track. There's times where she randomly turns into a gangsta bitch from the Bronx and says, fuck is they talking about? Pussy. Like, it's so weird when she does it.
Rich with an attitude, RWA. You will. Bitch, I got kids. I know how you hoes play. You do.
I guess Megan was trying to look cool or something, but there's actually a credited feature for Hot Girl Meg. So this song is Megan Thee Stallion featuring Hot Girl Meg and City Girls. Even though that's really stupid, I enjoyed this song way more than I was expecting. I like how the chorus has a build-up sound to it. They say, do it on the dig, 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 do it, like more and more energetic as it goes on. And there's other parts of the song that's hard as hell. Okay, now do it for a real bitch. Buy a bitch a real bag. Before I pick the wrong nigga, make sure your friends tag. Bruh, I felt like such a whore for enjoying this song. But this song was hard as fuck. And just like she did on Shots Fired, she got the gunshot ad-libs on here too. Like, she really did run with that shooting incident. On every song on Good News, she bow.
Hey, look, why you wanna do the bad bitch wrong? About to make this every bad bitch song, ayy.
I'm mad that a song that Megan clearly defines as a bad bitch anthem is a song that I really enjoy. Saying you like a bad bitch anthem is crazy. But this song is for all the girls that was in a relationship with a dude that just switched up on you. He went from a great man to a lame ass nigga. And instead of being emotional over him now and asking what happened, Megan makes a statement saying, girl, we not about to be crying over these dudes to change. If you want to act up, then leave them and do your own thing. The Jasmine Sullivan sample is used greatly on here, and I think it's a great track, man, for real.
Oh, he want a bad bitch. Well, I want a nigga with some money and a long dick.
So off the title, you wouldn't be surprised to hear that, yes, this song is indeed about how if a dude wants to get some pussy from Megan, he's got to invest in her. I ain't playing games with none of you men out here. If you want me, you're going to have to pay for certain stuff. Pay for flights, pay for bags, all of that. I always cringe when she raps the line, invest in this pussy, yeah, support black business. That's cheesy as hell. Now, although I like the song because I think the way she calls out dudes for how they be playing games is pretty spot on, and with lines like, he texts asking, what are we? I'm like, LOL, I'm dead. I think all these niggas stupid, but I still want the head. That's pretty funny. Outside of all that, I can understand why somebody would despise this song solely because of this song can negatively influence young girls argument. I fully understand why somebody would say that. Sugar Baby is a song that seriously, if a teenage girl was impressionable and had no guidance in her life, and the moment she turned 18 or 19, she had older men hitting her up, wanting to smash her and pay for all her stuff. A song like Sugar Baby, that same girl would listen to this and think there's absolutely nothing wrong with what she's doing. Hell, Megan Thee Stallion raps about doing stuff like this, and I love Megan. I'm somebody that believes where if you get that easily influenced by music, then that's you and your parents' fault, not the artist's fault. So depending on what your stance is on that argument will most likely determine whether or not you like Sugar Baby.
She been over, shake that little ass in the mirror, like, what a nigga gotta do for your number?
Just like Body, just like Dance, this is another song where I was surprised I wasn't annoyed by it as much as I thought I would. Hearing Cry Baby on the radio and whatnot, the cooing baby on a production that was obnoxious as hell, but I never heard the full song. Just hearing the infant crying in the back can get really irritating. But actually listening to the full song, I was surprised. I'm like, hey, yo, hold on. This is actually a good song. It's a straightforward, vulgar sex track, another collab with the baby, whose flow I actually enjoyed this time, since his flow can get tiresome at points. But for what it is, I think Crybaby is good, thanks to both the baby and Megan, who has some clever ass lines herself.
My bitch just hit me saying she tired of these
fake ass, snake ass, backstabbing, hating ass, no money, kidding ass bitch.
No BS, this is lyrically one of Megan's best songs. I don't know what she was on when she went into the booth to make this, but she had the rawest attitude that she ever had on a song with this one. Saying things like the only reason these hoes out here hate her is because they know that Megan is better than them in every way possible. If I wasn't sexier than you or if I didn't have more money than you, then you wouldn't be hating on me. But since I'm stunting on your broke ass so much, that's why you always got something to say. This song is hard as hell, and Glizok's verse was fine too. He didn't need to be on here, but he didn't ruin the song either.
Naturally.
This piano production is smooth as hell, and this is one of her braggadocious songs that works. The whole track is her singing that she's not faking who she is to appeal to anybody. Her body, her voice, her personality, everything about her is just naturally who she is. And that's actually something that's a big plus I will give to Megan as a whole. I've never really got that vibe from her. It's like, okay, you just clearly trying to be somebody that you're not. Anybody can tell after listening to her music for a while that she's unapologetically herself. My favorite line in here is when she said, "They trying to block my blessings," and I'm like, "and one." And my second favorite line was, "Every enemy I had started as a friend. They wanted to see me shine, but not harder than them." That was crazy good.
I'm gon' fuck around, drive you crazy. Fuck around, drive you crazy. Fuck around.
And speaking of crazy, this is the first song of Megan that I've ever heard that has a slow central vibe to it instead of her usual very energetic, hype ratchet type of raps. This one was way more soft and had way more singing and background vocals than she usually has. The song is about how any dude trying to get with Megan, he may end up acting out of character than he usually acts because that's just how much of a catch she is. Crazy is great.
And consistency, boy, I know you feeling me. Fuck all them other hours.
She really said, "He licking my crack. I gotta call that boy a crackhead." That was silly as hell. But yes, this is a song where a feature was needed and it worked greatly. Because like I said about songs like Flip Flop and The Decent Tier, I strongly feel if Megan was the one singing this hook and she had nobody else on here, that this wouldn't be as enjoyable as it is. Janae sounded gorgeous, and this is actually a track about a relatable topic, saying that you can get a girl to rock with you heavy if you actually give her time and attention instead of acting like you don't care about her. Because if you try to pull that, nah bro, don't show her no attention, you gotta act like you don't care about these bitches. That don't work on every girl. Some women will gladly move on to another guy if you're acting like that. This is easily one of the best R&B tracks she has.
I'd rather be a B-I-T-C-H, cause that's what you gon' call me when I'm tripping anyway.
The first single that was released for the Sugar EP, and Savage ended up being a much more popular track. But of course, this was another fire-ass track produced by Helluva. This and Ain't Equal are the only tracks he produced for the project, so he went 2 for 2 on here, with B.I.T.C.H. being a spin on Tupac's Rather Be Your Nigga. This is actually a great track about toxicity in relationships, how guys would try to change you into a different person, wanting to argue about petty stuff, and Megan is telling them straight up, like, "Hey, I don't know what type of girls you dated in the past, but just know I'm not them. I'm not about to be blowing up your phone. I'm not about to be fighting other girls because you showing them attention. If you messing around with them, you can have them hoes. I'ma fall back." I recommend this to everybody.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, bad bitches have bad days too.
This is lyrically one of Megan's best songs of all time, simply because of how real and personal she's being. She's even said this song is like a diary entry of her talking to herself and talking to her deceased mom in heaven, and that she wasn't really focused on making a quote-unquote song. Also, the yodeling in the back is actually a very nice touch. You would think someone yodeling on a beat would be irritating, but I think it works for the song.
And that's why I keep going harder.
Oh my goodness, shout out to the motherfucking Neptunes. This production for this song is beautiful. As soon as the song starts and you hear the background singer vocals, you're gonna be like, hard. Now I will admit, this is kind of a gospel song. It's one of those, I'm so grateful that I was able to make it where I am today. All of those moments of me drowning my face with tears, I prayed to the Lord, and I know he heard my prayers and blessed me with the life that I have. It's one of them songs. Like the first half of the first verse, you would think you listening to one of them church R. Kelly songs with how her rhythm is. But don't let that turn you away. This song is great.
Blah, 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 blah. If you wanna leave, then bye, bye, bye.
Okay, now we're here. When I was talking about Star from the Traumazine album and A Decent Tier, I said there was a pop song from Good News that's hated by most people that I think is good, and that song is Don't Rock Me to Sleep. Now the thing with Megan is that when she tries a song with a different sound from her usual, it's very, very blatant. She doesn't ease you into her new style. It's more so like the moment you hear it, you say to yourself, okay, like she clearly made this because she wanted to hop into this other genre. I say that to say, although I like Don't Rock Me to Sleep, it sounds absolutely nothing like the rest of her music, to the point where even though it's a fun and upbeat song about not wanting your time wasted in a relationship and getting over a breakup, I understand why somebody wouldn't really enjoy it off the style alone because of how different it is.
Baby, I might just give you a bite of your sweetest pie.
I had to talk about this song after Don't Rock Me to Sleep because, again, it's extremely obvious when Megan is making a pop song. Even if she's rapping on the song, everything else about it is clearly not a rap record and she's trying to expand her audience. And Sweetest Pie is definitely one of those times where it worked. The song sounds amazing. Dua Lipa did her thing, and this is a track where I actually hope some Dua Lipa fans who didn't personally listen to or care about Megan start to check her music out. Granted, they about to come across way more pussy and lines more than they ever imagined, but they gonna find some hits too. I know I did.
Outro, outro,